In the spring of 1956, Archangel Films, a landmark studio located in Culver City, California, produced a science fiction movie of such immense scope it would eclipse anything yet seen on the silver screen. Mr. Archibald Angel, chairman of the studio, held a private screening of this film for a select group of shareholders. Reportedly, the picture earned its title after the VIPs screamed out "unbelievable" on several occasions during the first reel. It was then that Mr. Angel allegedly went berserk, trying to set fire to the film. In the early morning hours of April 13th, 1956, the entire studio burned to the ground, and those who had seen the movie tragically perished in the flames. Incredibly, the only item to survive the raging inferno was the film itself. Inside one of the metal canisters was a note from Mr. Angel to his wife, making her promise that no one would ever see this movie until, quote, "it decomposes into a mass of gelatinous goo." After she recently passed away, film preservationists were astounded to find this cinematic treasure at a garage sale in Bel Air, purchased for the sum of $3. It has been restored to its original luster, and it's now ready to be shown to the world.
Scene 4. Interior, lunar base living area, night. Jack Youngblood, attractive white male, late 40s, is slumped on a sofa, wearing his baseball cap backward and watching a game on TV. A bright light emanates from a room beyond. Soon, the light dims and out steps Cheryl Lockwood, stunning white female, late 20s, wearing just a bikini and 6-inch pumps. She strolls over so he can notice her.
You have to strut around like that?
I've been stranded here for 6 months with no hairdresser, no manicurist, and no masseuse. The least I can do is keep my tan from fading.
I'm not sure my fiancé would approve.
Oh, please. You're as bad as that fruity husband of mine. The only time I get a rise out of you is when you want a beer.
I could go for a cold one right now.
Dream on, Jack. I chugged the last of it 3 weeks ago.
A doorbell is heard.
Are you expecting someone?
Must be the Jehovah's Witness. Tell him to hit the road.
Cheryl strolls to front door. She opens the portal to see a plant-like alien standing outside. Cheryl slams the door shut and is now hyperventilating with fear. Youngblood looks over his shoulder at her.
What's with you?
It was I saw, it looked like a bush.
Youngblood sighs and turns back to his game.
Get a bikini wax.
No! It's scraggly and green.
That's a bit more information than I need. Any personal problems you should be discussing with your husband. You hear me? Cheryl. Cheryl!
Youngblood looks back to see a large plant wearing bikini.
Oh my God! It's all over her body. She must have caught an extraterrestrial STD. Say that 3 times fast.
He looks down in horror as a bush-like growth is now protruding from the front of his pants.
Holy herpes! I've got it too! Why the hell did I have to wash her panties with mine? And I thought my erectile dysfunction was humiliating. Oh no! It's spreading!
Scene 7. Interior television newscasting booth day. In the foreground are TV cameras, cameraman, and floor director counting down. The camera focuses in on newscaster, British female, early 50s, sitting behind anchor desk. Nameplate says, Jenny Golightly. Poster pictures are being held up to the side.
Good morning. This is the BOOB, and I am Jenny Golightly. Welcome to our live telecast of the launch of Lunar Shuttle 5.
The screen shows the Himalayas through dense foliage and the deluge of heavy rain. This is not Cape Canaveral.
Perfect weather conditions in Florida ensure that it's A-OK for the flight. Although he's the world's most experienced astronaut, with 8.5 missions to his credit, this is Colonel Steve Lockwood's first trip to the moon.
Photo of Lockwood is shown. It is horrendous. It's his ASS ID card.
In 2004, Lockwood became the first human to set foot on Mars. Along with the discovery of intelligent vegetation, he found the Big Bang bean, known for its explosive potency.
Photo of Big Bang bean shown.
Lockwood's partner on this mission will be Colonel Karen Garrison, also highly experienced and with some very impressive statistics.
Photo of Garrison is shown. The photo is sexy, suited more towards Playboy. Her measurements are displayed. The newscaster licks her lips.
Wow, that's a bird I'd like to fly.
Steve, wake up!
Lockwood, groggy, begins to wake up and grabs her hand.
Jack, it's you. I'm so happy you're okay. I thought I'd never see you again.
Lockwood then kisses Earhart's hand. He wakes up completely, startled to see that it is Earhart.
Oh, Amber, it's you.
I just heard from Mission Control. We're going ahead with the launch as scheduled. Just try and make it look as routine as possible.
Maybe you can, but I can't. And I won't.
Steve, I know how you feel, but...
You know how I feel? I don't even know how I feel.
I know what'll happen if something's gone wrong up there. It'll be the end of everything.
In more ways than one.
Before you leave, there's this guy who needs to debrief you.
Amber, I've told you 1,000 times I'm straight. Why won't anybody believe me? I'm an Aries with Taurus rising, and my moon is in Libra. I was born in the library of Dartmouth University back in 1900. Because of this, I have a more advanced vocabulary than do others. I became an Eagle Beaver Scout at the age of 10 and graduated 3 years later with a PhD in astrophysics. Although I'm married, I've never been intimate with my wife. That's because I'm a hypochondriac. I must remain healthy, and I'll never tolerate the germs on my lips, or anywhere else for that matter. I'm intelligent, resourceful, loyal, honest, and squeaky clean. In fact, if I have one fault, in fact, I may have a fault. In fact, if I have a fault. We're using cue cards, aren't we? In fact, if I have a fault, I don't. Sure that made sense to someone. My main goal in life is to live forever, and so far I'm doing so good. No, that's not right either. So far, so good. Somebody, please take it from me. Your turn.
Lockwood points to Garrison, whose mouth is left open in disbelief.
I was born and raised in the sewers of New York. My father was afraid of nuclear attack, so he built our home down there. I grew up wrestling alligators that tried to muscle in on our territory. Then when I turned 16, I went to the surface. I found out pretty fast that I needed some education, so I knocked off a bank and entered one of those ritzy finishing schools. After that, I decided I was ready for the world. I started making phone calls. After 17,000 numbers, I happened to call some big shot at ASS. I told him about my qualifications to be an astronaut, and he hired me.
How about you guys?
I don't know where, when, or why I was born. A pack of wolves found me at Yellowstone Park. I lived with them for 23 years before I bailed. They taught me all about nature and the wilderness. I still sleep on a bed of leaves. My best friends are plants and animals. I'm into drugs, and my main wish is to experience true cosmic oneness. I'm sensitive, shy, loving, have hidden wells of creative talent. I crave orange juice and nudity. My secret desire is to spread mustard.
Thank you, Charlie. Doc, what's your story?
I come from a large Chinese farm family. I got tired of picking rice, so I hopped a banana boat to Houston. I made money reading tea leaves and tarot cards. I was blessed from Buddha with psychic ability. A few years ago, I found my medical degree in a Cracker Jack box. It's pretty easy being a doctor. All you really got to do is double talk the sick bastard. I'm very materialistic, have a shorter than normal temper, and have killed or maimed dozens with my stunning incompetence.
Oh, it's great that we can be open and honest with each other. Don't you guys feel the love? Now people will actually care about us.
I want to bet.
Lockwood unbuckles himself.
I know I'll sleep better tonight. Let's float on back to our bunks.
Lunar vehicle stops and astronauts exit without spacesuits.
Hey, shouldn't we be wearing suits?
No, this isn't a formal occasion.
The four walk up to the front door of Lunar Base. Sign reads Lunarville, population 2. Lockwood crosses out 2 and writes in 6.
I hope my good friend Jack is okay in there.
What about your wife?
Well, her too.
Lockwood knocks on the front door. No reply. He knocks again.
Who is it?
Steve and Karen. Bob and Charlie.
The door opens and Jack Youngblood peeks out.
Hey, look who's here.
Youngblood is wearing his shirt and pants backward.
How
He
are
embraces
you?
Lockwood.
Karen?
Youngblood then shakes hands with Garrison.
Steve, it's good to see you.
Have you lost your mind?
Youngblood escorts Lockwood and Garrison inside.
Come on in.
What about us?
Youngblood stops and turns to Lockwood.
Are they with you?
Of course.
Well, okay, come on. Any friends of Karen and mine, or Karen and yours, are friends of mine and mine.
Look at my script.
They all enter through the door. Scene 53, interior lunar base living area, night.
Why didn't you contact us?
Cheryl Lockwood walks up to them. She is wearing a bikini and a baseball cap, but has them both on backward, revealing almost too much of herself.
We were busy.
Doing what?
Nothing, really. Aren't you glad to see us?
Hunter and Schmidt ogle Cheryl lustfully.
Hell yeah, we're glad.
I'm so happy I can't tell if she's going or coming. Oh.
As if in a strip club, Hunter
Gotta
and
read these very
Schmidt.
carefully.
This is a family movie, right?
That's how you get them.
Hunter and Schmidt begin removing dollar bills from their pockets and sliding them under Cheryl's bikini straps. Two large plants beyond shake with agitation. Lockwood walks over to Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
She smiles vacuously, seemingly oblivious to the money making its way into her bikini.
How are you? Did you miss me? Did you have a good time? Are you happy you're going home?
She continues to smile, but remains silent.
Good talking to you, Cheryl.
How long are you staying, Karen?
As long as necessary.
necessary.
I think Jack was talking to me.
You're as bad as he is. I'm Karen.
Steve, there was no reason for you to yell.
The hell there isn't.
What?
Bob, I want you to give these two a thorough examination.
Do you want my report as soon as possible?
I want your report as soon as possible.
So do I. Come with me.
Schmidt, Youngblood, and Cheryl exit.
What is going on? What happened? What happened to my Jack? What? What? What?
What indeed?
I'll bet he's been brainwashed by that slutty hoe of yours.
Oh, I think it's something more than that slutty hoe of mine. I hope Schmidt can give us some answers.
Let's look around. Maybe we'll find something.
Good idea. Check the communication systems. See if they're still working. Then contact Houston. Tell them we found Jack and Cheryl.
Alive and well?
Camera zooms in ridiculously close on Lockwood.
Tell them they're alive. Nothing more.
Scene 72, Mission Control. Hastings is standing in front of a closed closet door. Technician is heard whimpering inside closet.
Come out of there, Dinglewood. There's no reason to hide in the closet. Suck it up and get out here.
No.
Don't make me break this door down, mister. I want you to come out of the closet right now. Come out of the closet and stop that despicable whining.
I don't want to.
You make me sick. What kind of man are you?
Oh, I'm not a man. Well, not anymore.
Hastings pounds on the door.
Get out here, you spineless turd.
The door opens and technician enters. In the closet hang a feather boa and a bright red dress. The technician has a huge bulge in the front of his pants.
Whoa, sookie, white boys packing some serious heat.
Technician continues to whimper.
It's not what you think.
Well, you certainly came to the right girly girl. Let's take a little peek.
She looks down his loosened pants and is suddenly dumbfounded. She reaches in and pulls out a foot-long cucumber.
Oh.
What the jolly green giant is this? Have you been ripping off the commissary again?
It just grew.
Grew? What kind of backwoods, country-fried, pumpkin leach pit did you spawn from?
I didn't mean to do it.
She again looks into his pants.
What else do you have down there?
He begins to blubber with grief.
A pair of great big onions.
Well, this is a real mess, Farmer John. Didn't you attend any of our personal hygiene courses?
No. Oh no. I feel a tomato coming on. What am I going to do?
Oh, grow some lettuce and I'm going to toss me a salad.
Hey, you got something in your pants too.
Hastings looks down in horror to see a major bulge. She reaches in and pulls out several vines of fruit. They remain hanging from the front of her pants.
Grapes? Kiwis? And cherries? I haven't had a cherry in 20 years.
I'm so thirsty. Well, I need water. Lots and lots of water.
He grabs a 5-gallon container labeled lots of drops off a nearby water cooler and funnels the water down his pants.
No, I need to be watered. Water me. You've got to water me.
She snatches the container from him and funnels the water down her pants. He grabs a couple of smaller water bottles and inverts them into his waistband.
This won't be enough. Find me another jug.
It's so dark in here. I need light, warm, wonderful light.
He flips on a high-intensity light on a nearby table with a computer and basks in the glow. He is blocking the light from her.
Get out of the way. I want light, too. Move to one side.
I can't. My roots are stuck to the floor.
Well, I'm afraid it's too late. We're turning into plants.
You think? What gave it away?
I guess this is the end. Goodbye, Durwood.
You called me Durwood.
I did, didn't I? Oh, I can't fight it anymore. I love you. I've always loved you.
They try to embrace and kiss, but are held apart by the now empty water jug. She tosses the jug away.
I want us to have wild, botanic sex. Kneel down, Durwood. Kneel down and feast upon the fruit of my lives.
He kneels and buries his face in her fruit. Scene 73, conference room. A large stock of documents rests on a conference table.
That's the medical report.
Lockwood, Garrison, Hunter, and Schmidt are seated at table.
I've gone over it and over it. It still doesn't make sense.
Lockwood thumbs through the complete stack of documents.
Is this all you've got?
So far, I didn't have time to give them the full treatment.
What have you found?
They're in perfect shape. I've never seen two people more healthy. There's no trace of disease, not even a germ. They're totally sterile.
You better not be sterile. I'm supposed to marry that limp dick.
What I mean is they're completely clean.
Maybe they've been taking a lot of showers.
Yeah, together.
We've no proof of that. But what do we do? What do we know?
They're a lot stronger than before. Cheryl bench pressed over 500 pounds.
That is odd. I've never known her to lift more than 450.
She's barely said a word since we got here. Maybe she has something to hide.
She wasn't hiding much. Have you ever seen a woman wear a bikini backward?
No, but I certainly hope it's a trend.
There's one thing for sure. Something's happened to those two.
Another psychic impression, Bob?
You could call it that.
They've sure been acting strange. Jack thinks I'm Steve and thinks Steve's me.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
None of their food's been eaten in the past couple of weeks.
And we haven't heard from them in the past couple of weeks.
So, the obvious answer is...
They've been on a diet for 2 weeks and didn't want to tell us.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That's a good thing about skull sessions, Charlie. They help you iron out all sorts of mysteries.
Did you contact Houston?
I sure did.
And?
There was a good deal of interference. All they could make out was a lot of yelling and screaming.
Probably a toilet got stopped up.
That sounds plausible.
Yeah, but the thing I don't understand...
A loud explosion is heard.
That's a shuttle taking off!
Garrison, Hunter, and Schmidt run out the door. Lockwood remains.
That settles it. Cheryl's cheating on me for sure.
Distant monkey cymbals are heard through the intercom.
It's a deception.
Lockwood runs out of the room. Scene 85, lunar-based living area. The four of them pass in front of two large plants. The plants shake excitedly. The four stop.
Did you see that?
What?
Those plants, they're shaking.
It is a wee bit drafty. Did somebody leave the window open?
I've never seen a plant act like that.
Well, I'm glad someone knows how to act around here.
I think they're trying to tell us something.
The plants each shake one leaf up and down, almost nodding affirmatively.
Charlie, plants are your best friends. Do you think you could make telepathic contact?
I can try.
Hunter bends down and touches one plant. The others stare in amazement as Hunter groans and gurgles. Hunter then rises.
Well?
That's Jack.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
That's Jack. He says he wants a beer.
No.
Go on, ask him.
Lockwood bends down.
Jack? Is that really you?
The plant nods with relief.
Oh, Jack, it is you. Why did you do this to yourself?
The plant slaps Lockwood's face with its leaf. Lockwood rises up.
How's this possible?
They've been turned into plants by aliens.
What kind of aliens?
Probably the same kind who were taking over Earth when we left.
Is this really Jack and Cheryl?
I'm afraid so.
That does it, Jack. The wedding's definitely off.
So those other two were aliens?
You certainly are psychic, Bob. I'm glad you're on our side.
I know you are.
Look, we gotta get those miserable aliens.
She's right. Let's expel some gas.